Hey Stampers, it's Gaynor again, and I'm back with a little tutorial on the Winds of Change stamp set. This one is for actually my friend Virginia Hodgins. She is struggling with blending, bless her, and I can only do it in little parts on here, but I've added the darker tones onto the tulips and the grass, and I've added 3 shades there. And maybe some on the lighthouse. So I'm going to zoom in as normal, and I hope I remember to zoom back out because I'm terrible. But what a beautiful little card. And also I put a strip of DSP inside with the picture of the gorgeous bike as well. So you still got plenty of space to write your message. And there's gorgeous tulips as well in this set. So, and I've just realised how I can print on cardstock now, because my LaserJet printer, for ages, I've had it for about 2 years now I think, and it's only ever printed on paper. And I just googled it now, and there's settings you can change. So look at these beautiful pictures. So I am going to be doing some digi prints, and then what happens afterwards, I can cut these out and stick it on a rather large card. And yeah, so I'm going to start doing, this is how I got into crafting. I've been doing it since I was a kid in school. I did it about 20 years ago as well, but I didn't really get into it, if you know what I mean. So, and me and Lola used to do these things on a Friday. We'd print stuff off like this. I had a different printer back then. And we would just sit and colour, and this what really sparked me into making cards. So I'm going to come back on another video, I'm going to colour this, and I'm going to blend like crazy, and I'm going to do some videos for you. And trust, I've got new pens coming and new paints coming from Arteza as well. They're on their way, so I've just checked. They're at the couriers now. It's obviously Bank Holiday Monday. So yeah, so I'm going to do a bit of blending on here for you, my darling Virginia, and then you can hopefully do the same as what I'm doing. I'm not the best at, so I've got those pieces and I've cut them to 3 7/8 by 1 1/4 inches, ready to go through the die machine with my die. I've got my other bits here as well. Let me just make sure that's the right width. Yes, that's the right. Oh, it looks, is that my eyesight? Yeah, it was on the wonk. So again, I'm going to write these measurements down as well, so you can come along for the ride. And this one is Winds of Change. So it's thick white card, same as before, 8 1/4 by 5 7/8, and the same for the USA, 8 1/2 by 5 1/2. My DSP is from Bird Ballad, and that's 3 7/8 by 5 5/8. And then the US, that would be 4 by 5 1/4. And my Whisper White is 3 1/2 by 3 7/8. Yours would be 4 by 3 1/2, and that's actually Granny Apple Green, and it's Old Olive it matched up with, but it doesn't matter. So either Old Olive or Granny Apple Green. I like gag. And you need 2 at 1 1/4 inches by 3 7/8. And if you're in America, you would need 2 at 4 by 1 1/4. How's that? So we can all make cards together. So I'll hold that up. Don't look at the top measurements. There we go. That's the Winds of Change card. Let's get crack-a-lacking. Oh, and these are optional. I just had a piece left over, so it's big enough for me to just stamp the bike, and I put DSP on the back just to mirror the front. And these are the Whisper White is 2 inches by 3 7/8. So 2 by 3 7/8. If you're American, it's 2 by 4, and the DSP is 4 1/8 by 2 1/4. So you would need 2 1/4 by 4 1/4. So I can just mount them, and just to decorate the inside of the card. So let's glue these 2 pieces together. No, just in case you mess up your what's it called, stamping. So just fold over, grab the ends, pinch, make sure it comes together at the top, pinch, and then just use your bone folder. And I always like to do it both sides. Whoops. So it stays nice and flat. You can add your DSP if you want to at this stage. My trousers just went ping. The elastic. No, it was stuck on it was stuck halfway up my leg, and now it's just dropped down. Perfect. Doesn't matter which way round you have this. It's the stripes. So you want a nice little border all the way round. Make sure it's pretty even, Gaynor. That's better. Just give that a rub. So yeah, I got asked how did I get into stamping and crafting, and that's on the next Q&A. So let's hope we got a few more questions in the meantime, and then I can show you how I got into it as well. So I'm going to pop that to one side. We can literally stick this inside the card if you want to now, whilst the glue is out. Come back. And it's just the same width as the card. So what I did was pushed it up, just levelled it out right across the bottom. You may have to trim a little bit off. Yeah, knowing my luck. Probably haven't got it in the corner properly, but just the width of your card. Just make sure that's right up to the corner. So it's never an exact science, is it? So that can go to one side. Let's get stamping. Pop this glue back in. Fetch our little bike in, and I've got a scrap here of Whisper White just for my thank you, and it's what, barely 1 3/4, and we will just chop it off and make a little banner there. So whilst the black is out, let's get all our pieces stamped, and then we can start to blend. So you can't beat a bit of Whisper White for stamping, and I'm going to stamp as close to the bottom as I can, and I'll get that little bit at the edge, and then I'll chop that off later. And our gorgeous bike. And I'm just going to stamp that in the centre. For some reason it keeps missing my basket, so that's supposed to be a part of the basket. So let me just get the ink on there. That's better. I'm going to flip it over, because it did it on the other one as well. It just missed the basket off completely. Now if it was in the stamp apparatus, I could go back over that. Now it's got it, see? I've got my little basket bit in, so that bit's done. Clean as a whistle. Love it. So now for our beautiful, beautiful windmill. I saw this in the catalogue, and I was just like, OMG, I've got to have it. So I've got blotchy bits on there, so fingers crossed I get it right. I am going to aim this right down the bottom. Now, look at that, it missed. Oh, Gaynor, what are you doing? Right, just... So, let's try that again. My desk isn't uneven. So, let's pull it over here. I didn't press hard enough, I don't think. So, much better. I did want to try... Oh, that's fine, that's fine. Yeah, that's about right. Perfect. So, let's clean this stamp off. Just got it all over my fingers. I've got OCD when it comes. I hate things that stain things. Shouldn't be a crafter then, should I? No, I love crafting. I love it, love it, love it, love it. And I will use my stamp pad later to clean that off perfectionately. So, let's set that one aside for a minute. And we're going to work on our little bicycle. So I'm going to zoom in. I'm going to let you see what I do. So I'm using light and dark crumb cake. Just on my basket. So I'm using the lighter first. You won't see much blending on this one, but the bicycle seat. So you've got shade here, you can see it. They do a fantastic job at putting the shady areas in. So I'm just going over the shade, just going over the bicycle seat. Perfect. Like I say, there's not a lot in there, but up close it does look fantastic. I'm going to use that again on our windmill. Now, you obviously won't see a lot of shading on the tiny little tulips, so I'm just basically dotting the tops of the heads. They are tiny. I think I need my other glasses actually. I do. You've got a better view than me. That's better, now I can see. Just when I look up at the screen everything goes blurry. I think that's a little sash, so I'm just going to colour that in red. Isn't that cute? See, I can't see when I look at the screen. So now I'm just going to grab some light mossy meadow. I'm just going around the outsides where the foliage is. Where you can see in between. Isn't that cute? Oh, it's lovely. Absolutely lovely. And what colour did I... Let me just put them on my head. So, what colour? I grabbed this, the dark smoky slate. And this is just for the tyres. Can't get so much of a blend on there, but and then the silver bit, which is where the chain goes. then I'm using the dark Highland Heather to pop in my bike frame. You'll see a bit more of the blend when I go to the windmill section. Oops, got a little bit over there. Perfect, so but we can rectify that now with our white gel pen. Look, see, it's gone. Perfect. Oh, I've just spotted another line I need to do. Just hold on, a basket on the front there. So there's our little bike. I'm just going to put a bit of grass down as well. Perfect, that's going on the inside of the card. So I can pop that to one side. Now we can start on this beautiful card. Oh my goodness. So I'm going to do the green first. So all the stems are going in dark mossy meadow. The leaves then will go in light mossy meadow. And then the grass around it will go in light old olive. Yeah. So that way it looks all blended. So just going down the stems first. You should start with your lighter colours first, because you could have a chance of it bleeding through if you accidentally pick it up. So that's all the green. Now for the light mossy meadow. And we're doing all the leaves. And that will look blended as well shortly. Just my favourite thing in the world, colour. I love it. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. And now watch now when I use the light old olive, and I just go in between all the flowers. And it just seems to blend all those greens together. And because it's light, you can afford to make the odd little mistake, and we're going to go over it with dark red anyway, so. So you've got, see all these, where the dashed lines are here and here? I'm leaving all that section green to represent the field. And then the next colour we're going to do is the, oh, what's it called? The light seaside spray. I just I'm in my oil. Beautiful. I'm going to take this all the way down to the very bottom. Perfect. So I'm just going to spin it around, and I'm going to do my sky now because I don't want it, like I'm saying, blending into my red. So the red is the last colour I'm going to put on. Because we're working with alcohol, believe it or not, it can, if you don't leave your black ink long enough to dry, pick that up as well. I'm in deep thought. Bit of a sniffle, ladies, I'm so sorry. So I'm not doing anything unusual here. I'm not trying to do anything posh. I'm just creating my sky. I will go over this twice. Just to get the layering colour I want. You don't have to have exceptionally perfect because we do have ripples in the sky. I like big stamps. I like if I was doing like the one I've just shown you, that the lady with the birds in her hair. I love big images. So I'm just going to pop the lid on that. 2 seconds, my darlings. I need a tissue because my sinuses are playing up. Do apologise. 1 second. Oh, that's better. Excuse me, frog in my throat there. Right, now I'm going to do the dark. Normally I do the light and then the dark and then go back to the light. But I'm going to do the dark, light, then dark again because we've got good shading going on down here. So I'm just drawing lines. And I'm only following the lines that are there, so you can see it's dark here. It's going to be dark underneath because the overhang. Definitely. And then under here is going to be dark. Definitely under there is going to be dark. And all down this side. And then certain parts on here as well. They do a fantastic job of putting the darkness in for you, but you know, when we come to do that drawing, it will, because there's no shade lines, I will have to do that all myself, and that's what I used to really love doing, the shade lines, blending things in together. So I am really going to go to town on this now because my pen is running out. I know I need to fill it. and sharp. Yes, there you go. So I'm even going over everything again. Just loaded. Do apologise. Wow, this is beautiful. Look at the shading on that. It's just stunning. But I'm going to come back and do it again. I just want to darken these areas. I don't press it too hard the second time around with the dark. Just want to make sure I've got that shading in there. And how beautiful does that look? A hand sticking to everything. Oh, do apologise. Let me just... Sorry. That's better. So, just come back in again now. Just to soften up those edges. Give it a bit more depth to the light. Perfect. Oh, that's so much. That's so pretty, isn't it? That lovely. That shade in there, Virginia. Lovely. Right. Now I'm going to start with the dark. And you can see all these shade lines, like underneath that petal. On the side, just touch. You don't have to rub. You don't have to do anything fancy. Just flick lines or dot where you know it's, because we're going to blend that in a bit. If you can get away with a dot, use a dot. If you can't, then just use a tiny little line. It doesn't look anything at the minute, but trust me, when we come back, under that leaf there, you can see you'll probably think, oh, in a minute that looks a mess, but it probably does at first. But a masterpiece is okay until it comes together. It's all about having a bit of confidence in yourself as well. That, to me, looking down here, it looks a mess. And it probably does to you as well at the minute. But trust me, it will all come good. I think that's a leaf. I think it is. Let me just grab my... And so is that one there. That's better. We're just on our last little bit of a tulip here now. Yeah, I'm looking down thinking, ugh, but trust me, once we get in now, so you're just going to gently Doesn't matter as long as you don't go over the lines. Is pull all that in together now. See how it's subtly coming in? Where's my gorgeous husband? Because these tulips are all together. Oh, Mr. Boyce, you are a diamond. Thank you so much, baby.
Okay.
Oh, I love you. See the difference now on the flower? The blending is... Well, let's just try another one now here. You've got to have confidence. And because I'm going over several times, I'm not just doing... If I just went like that, and just filled that section in, you'd think, oh, but I'm blending the two colours out. The two shades. This one especially. And then I can go back then with the dark if I think it needs a bit more. And all these flowers are mostly touching anyway, so look at the difference. Look at the difference. It's gorgeous. Absolutely stunning. Just blend the two colours together. Just say to yourself, it's a handmade card, one. Two, you're only drawing circles like I am right this minute. I'm drawing circles. What was I doing before? Drawing lines and dots. I wasn't doing anything posh and fancy. You're just drawing circles. I'm even drawing lines, look. You can do it by drawing lines, but I like to circle with the lighter colours. Perfect. Is that cute? Oh, I do apologise about the sniffles. So now I can go back in. A little bit more depth there. A bit more depth there. Add to the richness. And I'm basically just going over what I did. Just to make it all stand out. That is beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Do apologise. Whitely conk again. And I just took my journaling pen then. Whoops, nearly dropped it. And then I just did a couple of birds. And a couple over here. Just to create that night, that sky. Isn't that beautiful? Now look at the difference there. How lovely does that look? So let me zoom back out. I can swap my glasses now because I'm not up close. Get me other ones on. Stinking though. God blimey, it's so warm in here. It's like 28 degrees today. Oh my goodness, I know. Oh, Mr. Boyce, you're a star. So we can't put that one in yet. We can put this one in because we're going to die cut those beautiful borders out. And like we all need, practice, practice, practice. That's your best thing you can do, is practice. I go on to Pinterest, type in the search bar free digi prints, D-I-G-I prints, and some will come up with watermarks in. Well, this one didn't, but if I would gone on to the next step, the lady on Etsy was selling this, but all I did when I clicked on the picture was right click, save the image as, and there's no watermarks in there. So it's beautiful. I can't wait to have a play at that. So I'm just going to burnish my card because we've had it open. I likes to keep it flat. There we go. Fetch my little dye machine in. Love this thing. But look, I added Wink Stella on this one as well. There you go. And we're going to do the same on that one in a minute, once it's attached to our card. And where's my green? Oh, they're staring at me in the face. So I'm just going to pop them along the edge of the paper. Whoops. Perfect. Just going to do it over my bin. So all the bits come out. There's a couple there, but I've got my little dye brush. I'll be 2 seconds. Ouch, just stabbed myself with it. There we go. And they are cut to the right size. Slipped a little bit, but there we go. I love this little machine. And pluck the plates away. I love this little thing. It's so cute. I'll do it over the bin again. I won't be upset. There we go. That's that one. There we go. Comes up lovely, this little thing. It's great. And that is from the Delicate Dyes. And then I'm just going to attach these on. And if there's any overhang, I don't mind because we can trim off. Just make sure there's nothing in that. So let's just grab our glue. And I'm going to go to this edge because that's the best edge, and I might have to trim that a little bit. I'm making sure I've got good distance between the dots. And coming along to this one again, just along the edge. and again right at the edge, just under the dots. Now trim that end and trim that end. Perfect. There we go. How cute is that? And then we're just going to attach it onto our card. I'm not bothering with the glue up the top because the rest of the card is going to be glued on. So now, oh, it's upside down. Now give yourself an even border top and bottom. Just slip that up, make sure it's straight. That is straight. And I'm just going to rub that down. Isn't that cute? Oh my gosh. Right, I've got these beautiful gems here. And I want 6. 3 at the top, 3 at the bottom. So I'm just, and you need the tiniest amount. 1, 2, 3. They will be perfect. So again, just evenly space those. Oh, I've got an extra one. Just making sure they're evenly spaced. Perfect. Oh my goodness. I'm going to use dimensionals for my thank you. Everybody knows I'm a sucker for a thank you card. So I just grab my scissors basically and cut that off. And then I'm just going to pen at the end. So see how I went a little bit too far? I'm just going to smooth that out. No one will ever know. There we go. Oh my goodness, perfect. So let's grab a couple of dimensionals. And my little tin. And I'm just going to have this just there. Oh my goodness, let me put my little gem away. I love this tool. This was gifted to me off my gorgeous friend. And I love it. I got it on the wrong way round. Sorry, bear with me. There we go. So all we need now is our wink of Stella. Always prime it before you use. And then I just dabbed. I didn't rub, it didn't, smush. Because I want to keep everything intact. Absolutely gorgeous. That is beautiful, absolutely beautiful. There we go. There's that Winker Stella all over these gorgeous flowers. So there are my two beautiful thank you cards. Hopefully I'll give you a little bit more help towards your blending, Virginia, my darling. You know, that's what you were after. And I'm going to do some more practicing on this gorgeous, gorgeous lady as well. And I will film myself doing it. But, oh, I've got some pieces over there where they got jammed, so I'm going to have a little practice before I actually sit down and video this. But I hope that helped, my darling. You've got that beautiful little bicycle on the inside. If you wanted, you could always add a bit of Winker Stella on there as well, but I don't think it needs it. I hope you enjoyed. I'd love a thumbs up and a share. That'd be amazing. And yeah, please don't forget to press subscribe. I do post videos every day, so if you want to see what I make tomorrow, don't forget to press the bell. They'll send you a notification, and I'll see you tomorrow. How's that? Take care, lovelies. Love you all. Bye.